All right, what's up, everybody? This is Josh. Got a couple of my close friends. One guy I haven't seen in so many years, but we're gonna be talking about some movies, especially the Oscars that's gonna be coming out next hour or two or so. But
Yeah.
what's up? How y'all doing?
We're doing pretty good. Ready for the Oscars here. I think the our other co-host here already has his picks ready, and so we're gonna see how many of those are gonna be
Yeah,
correct.
I will say Walter's probably like the only one that's like really ready and
Yeah.
Yeah,
focused on this stuff.
that's very true. It's going to be a weird year this year. Not a lot of good movies last year. But some of these picks are actually not too bad. There's a lot of trash on here too. I think these predictions I have are about 85% correct. Some of these could be a little. They could switch around. I don't know. There could be a couple upsets tonight. A couple interesting
Okay,
things.
Walter. So can you read us off? Can we go through each
Yeah, let's
category?
go by each category. I think this what makes this year in the Oscars a little bit better or like a little bit more cooler is last year Oppenheimer was coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone kind of already knew it was gonna sweep everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so this one's kind of a little bit more open. So this one's gonna be a
So
little bit more
can you
interesting.
go through each category and then list off the nominations and then which ones you think are going to win?
Okay, so let's start with Best Picture. We have 10 in this category.
Okay.
So we have Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked.
And
I
which one do you think is going to win?
So if like for my 100% pick, I'm going to go with Anora tonight. It's just been winning a bunch of the award seasons towards the end, and it looks like that's going to be the one. I don't feel 100% on it. It's weird to say that. Like everything is pointing towards that's going to win. So if it wins tonight, I'm not going to be that surprised and be like, well, saw that coming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think Conclave is the wild card tonight.
Oh, really?
It's a movie about questioning institutions that we're used to, and you know how Hollywood is. They like to always like have a message behind the film that wins Best Picture. And Anora is just about a hooker having a Cinderella story with a Russian oligarch.
Do you think Honora is lacking a message?
No, I actually think it's an important movie for right now. I think it's showing a side of our world that we usually don't see in movies. And the ending is exactly how you think it would
Which is
play out.
what?
What do you mean?
What side?
I don't know. I think like
Wait, you trying to lean to the like left or right?
no, this isn't. This wasn't. It's not even political. I mean, I mean, it's a hooker who gets this rich guy to give her everything she wants, and she thinks she's
I
going to
see.
start living the life, which is unrealistic.
Yeah, and I think it is very important now because I think even when we're talking like the OnlyFans culture,
Yep.
a lot of
Exactly.
women think the money or they get one guy, they're gonna be all set.
Yeah.
So
But I feel like once you go down that path and that's who you are, I think it's very hard to change your life around.
Mm-hmm.
I think like, especially in this character, she's not even an OnlyFans model. I mean, literally, she's a stripper and a hooker.
Okay. Let's move on to the next one.
real quick, what you think is gonna win the?
I have not seen all these movies, but I would. It looks like Honora is most likely to win. I mean,
But Conclave could throw a curveball.
actually, I'm Still Here has the best ratings, though.
Okay, by best rating doesn't matter. How many people have seen I'm Still Here?
Not me.
Yeah, none of us here. Exactly. They put that movie on there because that movie could win Best Foreign Film if they decide to hold the controversy against Amelia Perez tonight. I don't think they are. I think that movie's still going to win Best International Feature, which we'll get to that.
Here we get it.
And that's on the Best Picture list too, which I don't know why. I haven't watched it, but the reviews are horrible.
I haven't seen like any critic or
Nobody's going
Anyone.
crazy about it. It's just what it's about, I guess, is helping it this year. So I find that a little odd. Conclave, on the other hand, it has a great cast. I mean, the plot twist at the end, it kind of just ends when the actual like story is starting.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think it still could be the wild card tonight.
Okay, let's get to category number 2.
But real
Best.
quick, I want to bring up mine. Real quick. I still want Dune 2 to win. I don't think it will win, but I love the new world the director. I think the director should have been nominated for best director. Honestly,
100%.
I think it's like a shame that he's not. But I think like Dune 2, just the world that it created and just the different how it expanded on Dune 1 so well, and then also made the book is kind of like very hard to read. They made it a little bit more easier for just the general audience to enjoy and watch it though too. So I think
Mhm.
Dune 2 is probably.
It really does deserve it, to be honest. Like out of the movies that came out last year that people actually went and watched,
Yeah.
it was the best looking, best acted, all around. Just it looks visually beautiful, and it will get some love tonight. Just not best picture, unfortunately.
But the one thing too, you actually kind of just brought up that good point. I think the Oscars that I really don't like about it is they kind of go. It's a good thing and a bad thing. Like they kind of like up movies that no one really watch instead of the movies that like
It's
made
so
the big
true.
impacts.
Because if they actually did movies that people cared about, that list would be completely different.
Right.
Half
Yeah.
that shit wouldn't even be on there.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It would be, I don't know, what was like the biggest movies last year? What do we got? Like,
Aladdin, Dune 2, Deadpool.
yeah, see stuff like that. Those movies, though, I don't put them on the same standard. However, if you're going by best movie that people cared about, those movies matter.
Mhm.
And I feel like they don't get the love in the Oscars. Like, I mean, how many people have really seen Anora but me? Probably not that many. I mean, they're all going to be like watching it tomorrow once the Oscars come out and it wins.
So that's why I say I think it's a good thing because you put light on those movies that people haven't seen. But I think
Oh,
if
yeah.
a movie breaks records and gets so many people to watch, I do think that should be like lean into the Oscar. Like, man, this is an impactful movie.
Right.
Same time.
100%.
That would make sense. All right, let's go on to next category, which is Best Director. We have Sean Baker with Anora. We have Brady Corbett with The Brutalist. James Mangold with A Complete Unknown. How do you say that?
I don't know.
Jack,
Wait,
No, I think it's Jock.
Jock,
Jock.
what's the movie?
It's
Oh, John.
Amelia Perez.
Amelia Perez. And then we have
Jacques-Luc Godard or something. What was that guy's name?
Yeah, something like that.
Corley Fargett, The Substance.
Okay, well, that's not winning.
So you think what's
You're not a big fan of The Substance?
It's all right. The third act ruins the movie for
yeah,
me.
the ending was stupid.
Like, you worked up this pretty great movie. Honestly, I think it's a pretty interesting concept. It's something different.
Yeah.
I mean, we're so used to seeing the same old all the time.
mm-hmm.
But that movie did throw you a curveball. But then in the third half, it's not a curveball. It's, I don't know.
Yeah, I think The Substance is going to get his win when it goes into the best actress.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's going to get his win. But
So you think Sean Baker's going to win for Anora?
Yeah, so he won some of these directing awards towards the end.
that does
And-
SAG Awards, right?
Mhm. And pretty much Best Picture and Best Director usually go together most of the time. There's been years where it doesn't, but that's why I have Bradley what's his name?
Corbett.
Corbett or whatever the hell his last
Corbett.
name is
Corbett. Yeah.
for the wild card because it's possible. There is a possibility that he can pull it. I mean, he made a movie for $10 million that looks like it was made with $100 million.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's crazy to me too, because that movie looks so good. Like I just seen the trailers of it with when he's like smoking,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's a vivid image. And I hear like a lot of the movie is kind of just like those type of pictures.
Mhm.
Now when I hear you made it for like 10, 15 million, I'm like, you look at a movie kind of like Red One. How much that cost? Like $200 million.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
And it was in theaters for a week and then it went to streaming. Do you see
Yeah.
what I mean?
How come that's
10
not
million?
nominated?
$10 million, though, they made their money back. And the movie is probably going to win at least 4 awards tonight. I thought it was the front runner for Best Picture until about like 3 weeks ago. I had Anora first, but then once The Brutalist hype started up, I was like, that's the movie. It fits a message, and it looks like it
Everything,
could take boom, boom, boom. And then they just tossed it all up, and then it had that controversy with the AI, which I don't understand. They made the movie for $10 million. Maybe they had to cut some corners. Whoop-de-doo. I mean,
Yeah.
it's better than wasting $100 million on a movie that makes 10 cents.
Yeah. Okay. Are we ready for category 3?
Yeah, go ahead.
Actress in a leading role, we have Cynthia Erivo with Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon, Amelia Perez, Mikey Madison in Anora, Demi Moore in The Substance, and Fernanda Torres in I'm Still Here. So, Walter, you have Demi Moore with The Substance.
Yeah, Demi Moore's winning.
I do, but this is a weird. This one's always hard every year. Last year, I was so set on Lily Gladstone winning, and then she got whooped by Emma Stone. I lost like $500 in betting.
Wait, you bet on it?
Oh, I was so sure. I told everybody it was 100% locked for Lily Gladstone, and I put $400 and something. I lost all of it that night. I made it back later on with the short films, which we'll get to. That's if you're gonna bet on the Oscars, you want to bet on the weird things because that's where you make the most money back. But I'm just saying. However,
Yeah, you're right.
with this is a 3-way race. Demi Moore should win tonight. It's all looking good. Hollywood likes a comeback story, somebody who was somebody before, then they kind of fizzled out and went out their way, kind of like Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
He came back and played an overweight gay guy, and he won. This time around, she's playing a woman who's middle-aged, who's dealing with age and like not feeling relevant anymore, and then the substance gives her that possibility to be relevant again.
See, yeah, but when I watched The Substance, her acting didn't stick out to me at all.
But it's a very revealing performance. Like, she's naked in the movie. She's
Oh, yeah.
putting herself out there at her age.
Yeah,
that's like
true.
what a performance is about. It's not only the movie itself or the acting. It's like, is she her character? Does she really get into it? And that's so
Yeah.
important, which when we get to Best Actor, we'll talk about that. However, because there's some in that category that just really push
But
the envelope.
did you think her acting stuck out to you, though?
Yeah, I think for her age to be doing a role like that, it's a very risky move. Like, if that movie wasn't like where it's at right now, it would just kind of look pathetic and like kind of like
Sure.
sad. But she pulled it off.
Yeah.
Now, the Fernanda Torres in I'm Still Here, that's a wild card because I hear that she's gotten a lot of voting in the anonymous ballots for the Oscars.
Okay.
So there is a possibility that she wins tonight for a movie I haven't even seen. I actually don't even know what it's about. But
How you feel about the lead in Anora?
that's the problem. I think if you want to get realistic, it's a two-person race. Fernanda Torres, that's a wild card. With Mikey Madison, there's a high possibility that she'll get it, because a lot of people who play like prostitutes in movies, they win Best Actress.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a multiple. I could pull up the list, but I just don't feel like it right now. However, like that helps her out. Also, if the movie wins Best Picture and Best Director, it's going to be really weird if its star doesn't get an Oscar too.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a possibility. If this is an Honora night, which I don't think it's going to be, I think this is going to be a weird Oscars where you're going to see a lot of movies get their praise in different ways.
Yeah, I think it's too open. for it to be
That's
a-
why I'm sticking with Demi Moore. How about you guys?
I'm saying Demi too. Yeah, I see that.
I guess I could see it. Again, I think you have a good point, but I feel like I didn't see some spectacular performance where I was like, wow,
Is Zoe
she
Saldana
really...
in this one or the supporting actress?
Supporting
category?
actress. That's locked.
Okay, are we ready for category 4?
Yeah, go ahead.
Best actor in a leading role, we have Adrian Brody in The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet in A Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo in Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes in Conclave, and Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice. So, Walter, you have Adrian Brody with The Brutalist.
Yeah, he's won like every single award except for last week at the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
You don't think Sebastian Stan going win?
That could be crazy. I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, he is playing the President of the United States, which it's possible. I don't think so. I thought the performance was good in that movie, honestly.
I think that the publicity around Timothy Chalamet right now is really positive for him, and I think...
But he's had an entire award season where he hasn't won anything until the Screen Actors Guild. Is it too late, or was it the BAFTAs? Which one did he win?
The SAG.
Yeah, that's sad.
SAG.
Yeah.
So he won SAG. That's one award. The other one, though, for the entire season, it's been Adrian Brody, Adrian Brody, Adrian Brody,
Yeah, that's a
Adrian
good
Brody.
point. That's a good point.
So that's why I put him up there, and this will be his second Oscar, which now will like secure him as like
but how
two-time
but how
Academy
you
Award
said
winning actor.
right,
Adrian Brody.
which that's great and all, but how you said Timothy Chalamet, this would be his first Oscar.
Exactly, and he would be the youngest for the Oscar.
Yeah.
And he would beat the record of none other than Adrian
Yeah,
Brody.
Brody.
I think
27,
Hollywood
yeah.
likes that better. I think they like that story
That's a
better.
possibility. And Timothy Chalamet, I watched it last night. He is so in it, and like,
Yep.
That's for the Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I
so
like
he's performing as Bob Dylan in front of an audience
And
of
he's
like
singing these
hundreds.
songs. It's not just acting.
Like when they do the concert scenes, it's insane because he is really out there. Like
Mhm.
that could come off so bad, and it doesn't. It comes
No.
off natural, like he's really like you're watching Bob Dylan.
Right. And I'm a huge Bob Dylan fan. He played the part perfectly. The way he looks, the way his hair, the way he walks, everything is like spot on. And the other thing I will say is that as far as the information going around social media, I feel like with The Brutalist, it's more known for the cinematography or maybe Best Picture, but for The Complete Unknown, I think more of the attention is going towards the acting. So that's why I put money on.
I think
on A
Brody's
Complete
going to get
Unknown.
it just because the controversy happened after they started voting
Yep.
What controversy?
about them using AI for like
Oh.
different dialects.
But I don't think they're going to hold that against him. His performance, though, it's like I don't think like the movie. I think is going to take some hits tonight. Like I think that would have been Best Picture until that came out. I really do. But him, I'm going to lock it. I'm going to say Adrian Brody for me.
Okay.
There could be that wild card. Where Timothy pulls it off.
And what do you think?
I think Brody.
Okay. All right. Number 5, Best Actress in a Supporting Role. We have Monica Barbero in a
We can just
complete.
skip all this. Gonna
Yeah,
be
it's
Zoe.
Zoe Saldana. Amelia
Really?
Perez. It's over. Everybody
Okay.
else who's on this category, I'm sorry, you did a great job, but you're just not going to win.
That's
Oh,
probably
Air-
gonna be the only one that movie wins.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see. There might be 2 others.
All right. So that's number 5. I guess we're just confirming it's Zoe Saldana. Number 6, Best Actor in a Supporting Role. We have Yura Borisov in Anora, Kieran Culkin in a Real Pain, Edward Norton in The Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce in The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice. Walter, you have Kieran Culkin.
Yeah, he's won every single award. He's like Zoe Saldana. This is locked.
I would say I like Edward Norton a lot.
I did too.
did.
I
he
liked him
good.
more, honestly, more than Tim. I think. He
Oh,
played
really?
It,
No, I think he fit the character good too. I think he did a great
yeah.
job.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with a sleeper with Ed Norton, but I really liked him in that movie.
Yeah, and I didn't see A Real Pain, so I don't know. But
Great movie. Another movie.
I didn't see The Apprentice either. I'd like to see that.
It's interesting.
But okay, next one, Best Original Screenplay. We have Anora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5, and The Substance. With Walter, you were going with A Real Pain.
Yeah, so it's weird because this movie has won like all the Best Original Screenplay awards. But the problem it has against it is it's not nominated for Best Picture, and usually it has to be nominated for Best
True.
Picture to win. But I feel like this is what that movie deserves. I think it's a perfect script for a small movie that just is powerful and it's funny. It's hilarious and heartfelt, is what I said, and I stand by that. I still think it has a chance, but it's probably going to go to Nora.
Oh, but you have your second pick as Anora.
Yep. So I think it'll probably be Nora, but I'm going to stick with A Real Pain because I just have a feeling that it's going to win.
How you
Okay.
feel about the substance?
It's good, but do you really think that movie's script was like the greatest script
Yes.
of all time?
I do. I think the idea of that is the strongest point of the movie, really. Besides for the ending where they put it off track, I think that idea of where you switch bodies, you take this drug, I think that's how you said that type of movie has not really been done before. And yeah, I think the plot and the script goes a long way there.
How about you? What are you going to go with?
I was gonna say the substance.
Substance?
I could see it. I could see it.
It's possible. I know it was up there. Those are like the top 3.
Yeah,
Everything
the
else.
Nora, Real Pain, like you said, and the substance. So.
Okay. On to the next one. Best Adapted Screenplay, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing.
Yeah, it's locked. It's Conclave.
For sure?
It's won a bunch. It's going to win that.
But let me ask you this. Okay, so when you talk about what you bet on last year and how there was a couple surprising ones, how many of those were, ones that you said you were confident on, but like a movie that was not expected to win, actually the underdog actually wins the Oscar? How often does that happen?
Almost never. My second pick would be the winner every time. So if like my picks last year, I got 2 wrong.
Mm-hmm.
My second choice was the winner.
Hmm.
So I'm assuming it's probably going to be the same this year. For that category, though, I think Conclave, like if you don't see a highlighted second pick or third pick, that means that I think that
No chance?
no other chance.
Okay. All right. Any thoughts on adapted screenplay?
No, just Conclave. I think Conclave and the Bob Dylan movie top 2 though.
Okay. All right. Next one, we have animated feature with Flo, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, and then The Wild Robot.
Wild Robot or Riot. That's all I gotta say.
See, more than likely, Wild Robot's probably going
I
to
can
win.
also see Inside Out too.
But I'm going with Flo.
Really?
This movie won at the what's it called? The Golden Globes. And I feel like if Wild Robot didn't win at the Golden Globes and this Flo movie won, which is a Latvian film, they've never really been nominated before from that country, and I hear it's super good. I haven't watched it.
Haven't watched it.
I think honestly, Wild Robot probably will win tonight, but if you see Flo win, don't be surprised.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Wild Robot has been having too many rave reviews. Like I said, a lot of people a lot of older people, when you ask them, like, did you cry during Wild Robot? Like, that's the thing. Like, it's very emotional, but it's also cute and cool for all the little kids to watch, too.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Okay. Next category, Best Documentary Feature. Black Box Diaries, No Other Land, Porcelain War, Soundtrack to a Coupe de something, and
I'll
Sugar
tell you, I
Cane.
didn't watch any of these.
I didn't watch
But it's between the
No Other Land and Porcelain War.
I'm going Porcelain War because one's about Gaza, one's about Ukraine. And I'm going to go with Porcelain War, which is about the Ukraine war. I think especially after recent events,
Yeah.
I feel like that movie will win so they can give their Academy Award message they like to give, when they get up there and they get political.
Yep.
And I'm going to go with that one. But if the other one wins...
Zelensky's still out here, is he? You think he'll show up?
Thank you very much for this Oscar. This is a good Oscar. Possibly to get the protection. But I don't know. I hear the other one's better. I hear the one about Gaza is better, but I hear it's really controversial because it's an Israeli filmmaker and his Palestinian friend, and pretty much it's showing Israel taking Palestinian land, and it's all on tape. But I hear the movie can't even get a wide release in America.
Wow.
Nobody wants to touch it. But it's critically acclaimed. So it depends. The Oscars is they don't really like anti-Israel movies. I don't think I've ever seen anything anti-Israel win the Oscar. I mean, that's just politically related. I mean, it's just the way it is. The last 2 years, the documentary feature that's won had to do with Ukraine. So maybe they'll just do it again. That's why I'm going to go with Porcelain War. That's just a interesting one.
Okay, cool. Next up, we got Best International Feature Film with I'm Still Here, The Girl with the Needle, Amelia Perez, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, I like that name, and Flow. And Walter, you got Amelia Perez.
Yeah, so this would have been locked before all that controversy. The controversy came out with the...
Crazy tweets, right, from the main actor?
Or actress. It
Actress,
depends if you... Yeah.
Yeah, please correct me.
So what happened?
Well, the main person from the...
Said some stuff about, I believe, the George Floyd protests in 2020, and it all came to the surface right before the Oscars.
Like a whole rant, too.
Yeah. Pretty heavy stuff, and it could ruin the movie.
Is this actress black or white?
I think they're Hispanic, right?
Yeah, she's Hispanic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it a she or a he?
The person is Hispanic.
It's a she. She's a transgender. She
Okay.
said some stuff, and I think it's too late.
Why? Okay, wait. Why is she talking about George Floyd right now?
Not now. It was years
It
ago.
was from 2020.
Oh.
Yeah,
It was
they
during
they
the-
decided to go back and find tweets. This is what I mean. They went back 4 years to find something she said and pretty much ruin her chances. I don't know who do I have for the second choice? I'm still here.
I'm still here.
That's what a lot of people are saying is going to win. But Amelia Perez has won everything. Even it won the other day, even after the controversy.
Yeah.
And if those people voted that way, I don't see why the Oscars won't as well. But I could be wrong. So if it's not Amelia Perez tonight, it's I'm Still Here.
Okay. Next category, Best Original Score. We have The Brutalist, Conclave, Amelia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. And Walter, you are going with The Brutalist.
For which one?
Best Original
sounds right.
Score.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've heard it's going to win everything for that.
Really?
It's gotten
Okay.
a lot of praise.
Josh, any objections to this?
Brutalist got to me, just from the trailer. I like the music.
That's true. That trailer is good.
It's just from the trailer, I liked it. Wild Robot, I like the music too, but I kind of like more so the story, characters more than the soundtrack. But yeah.
Okay. Next category, Best Original Song. We have Amelia Perez, The 6888, Sing Sing, Amelia Perez again, and then Elton John. I'd like to see Elton John get it.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't even know what I don't even know what that song is. It's going to be that El Mall for Amelia Perez again. It's won every award. It's kind of a boring year for best song, I think. I think all these songs aren't that great. Last year you had I'm Just Ken and all these other you know what I mean? They were actually kind of catchy that people heard. I don't know if anybody's got bumping that on their Spotify playlist, any of those songs. Maybe they are, I don't know. Maybe the people who pick the Oscars do. Oh man, I can't wait to listen to the Amelia Perez soundtrack.
All right, so that's for Best Original Song. Next up, we got Best Sound. I'm surprised The Brutalist is not on here, but we have A Complete Unknown, we have Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez again, Wicked, and The Wild Robot. I'd love to see Complete Unknown get this, and I think it has a good shot at getting it too.
I call it the wild card pick because it should be Dune 2. Dune 2 has perfect sound. That movie is insane. When I was in the movie theater, it was like
You can feel it.
it feels like you can feel it in your chest, your bones, your body. There was that is pretty damn cool to have that in a movie.
I like Wicked too.
True. I mean,
I think Wicked's a good pick.
I think next year Wicked, since the sequel comes out, like this year,
It'll be a little better. Huh?
I feel like they're gonna start giving it a lot more awards next year. But I'm gonna stick with what do I have?
You have Dune. Yeah, you have Dune, but you have Complete Unknown as your backup pick.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those two. I'm gonna stick with Dune though.
Okay. Next category, makeup and hairstyling with A Different Man, Amelia Perez, Nosferatu, The Substance, and Wicked.
This is gonna be tough,
First time we've seen Nosferatu nominated here so far. So
that's actually tough to me.
It is.
you have The Substance for makeup and hairstyle. I could see Nosferatu. I could see Nosferatu.
I can also see Wicked. I see.
That's what I have
Wicked
as my
is your
second.
backup too.
Because that's a lot of makeup too. But The Substance has been winning this. It does have some pretty crazy imagery.
It does have some crazy
and it's all
scenes.
practical. That's a lot of help there.
You know the scene where she's pulling out her teeth in the mirror?
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah,
scene
that's
was
all.
that was like ridiculous. That was like not that was like that reminded me of Terrifier. Like where it's just overly brutal, I feel like overly bloody. So that's true. That's true. I could see it winning for something like
Yeah,
that.
Nosferatu. I know you don't like the vampires as much as I do, but I thought
Yeah.
it was pretty cool though.
Well, I need a girl. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
What's his name? Bill Skarsgård. He should just stick to playing that clown for fucking Pennywise. Like honestly, like that guy's a bad actor. He tried to be the Crow. That guy,
The Crow was bad too. Yeah.
that guy can
That's-
only be good when he's covered in makeup playing some moron. I don't know. I'm not a fan of that guy. I think that guy needs to get out of Hollywood.
Okay, so but bottom line,
Him and that guy who was short round, Hoi Ki Kwan.
Oh yeah, did
I
you see
hate that.
movie?
No, I don't want to watch that movie. I was thinking about watching it the other
I was
day.
thinking about it too.
Love Hurts. No, that guy. That's another one. I'm sorry, not everybody's got it. Some people just don't got it. You know who doesn't have it? That guy and the vampire in Nosferatu.
Counter a lot.
God, that
okay,
guy.
but bottom line is you're going with The Substance for makeup and hairstyling, and what do you think?
I think the Substance might win though too.
I could see it too.
Give me Wicked. Give me Wicked.
Okay, Wicked.
It's a good
okay.
pick.
Give me Wicked.
Okay.
That's what I thought originally.
All right, next category we have Best Costume Design with A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. And you have Wicked with no backup pick.
No.
Meaning your confidence is...
I actually like Wicked on that pick. The last one, whatever.
Like, all those other movies don't have what Wicked has.
I'm actually surprised A Complete Unknown is nominated.
Yeah, somebody's like, you know what?
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I think they were like grasping at straws, and they're like, "What about the Bob Dylan movie? They did dress like the '60s."
Gladiator too. Kind of like. I mean, I guess so. They dress like Gladiator.
Gladiator is more costume based, right? There's it's more important to have
Well, I
better
guess
costumes.
the Bob Dylan movie, those are costumes. No one
They
dresses like that
are,
unless
I
you're
know.
smoking dope in your parents' basement. Like,
They are, but still, though. I mean, it's. I feel like it's easier to dress like you're from the '60s than it is to dress like a gladiator, right? So the gladiator one makes more sense. Nosferatu, that one could
could
make
see
more.
it.
I could see it. That one makes more sense. So, but your final pick is Wicked, though. You agree?
Nosferatu.
And yours is Nosferatu. Okay.
that
Ne-
could be where Nosferatu does get some love. One of these categories where it's nominated, I could see it taking one.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's always a weird movie that's very off, and it just pulls it.
Yeah. Okay. Next category, Best Cinematography. We have The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, Maria, and Nosferatu. Okay. I know The Brutalist is actually, that's one of the things it's probably talked about is the cinematography. But I will say if there's one thing I did that I won't complain about Nosferatu, it would probably be the cinematography. That was one of the only things that stuck out like, wow, they actually did a good job with the picture, the shots, all that stuff.
Very true.
I was actually impressed with the cinematography on that one. So I would go Nosferatu, honestly.
But Dune Part 2,
Yeah,
that's
something.
another one. That movie looks insane.
Like it's so amazing.
Like, if we were going by what actually is the best, not what these snobs think is the best, that would win.
Like Doom Part 2 has everything.
Like, it really does. Honestly, it probably is the best movie that came out last year. It's like a movie where you can tell time went into it. And it has a number 2 on its title.
So why is it not nominated for Best Picture?
I mean,
All these movies are nominated for Best Picture. I don't see Dune on there.
because we're not part of the in crowd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we said earlier, I think the Oscars trying to big up those movies. A lot of people don't see it as much.
Right.
Just so
Like
people
Dune
actually
seems
watch.
like it's a blockbuster.
Dune's
You're
a
not gonna see
mainstream.
like a Marvel blockbuster movie.
And it came out so early last year like what, April?
Yeah, I think April or March.
Like it's almost a year old before the Oscars.
Mm.
See, most movies that come out for the Oscars.
Which why is that? Why is that a thing?
I don't know.
I don't like that. It
They're
seems
like-
sketchy.
I know they release everything around Christmas.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, these are the best movies.
Right. I don't like that. That always seems sketchy. Next category: Best Production Design with The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. Production design, I could see Wicked.
I would say
probably.
Wicked or Dune 2. I love Dune 2. I keep
Me
saying
too.
Dune 2. But even in Nosferatu, I really like the atmosphere, Transylvania.
Yeah.
I love everything.
But is it
Yeah.
Oz? You know what I mean?
No.
They created Oz,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks insane. It
Mhm.
does. It looks great, and I think that'll take the win.
Yeah,
'Cause
Wicked,
okay.
Wicked I really like. Someone who doesn't like musicals, I liked it a lot.
Okay. Next category: Best Film Editing with Honora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Amelia Perez, and Wicked. And Walter, you have Conclave.
Yeah, so it's been winning a bunch of the awards, and the movie is cut very fast-paced. It looks great. Like, it's where you can see the editing. Like, the editing is actually, like, a part of the movie, which makes it better.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, otherwise, it's just a bunch of popes trying to figure out, a bunch of cardinals trying to figure out who the next pope is. That really adds to it a lot.
Okay. Any
I'll
objections?
just go with Conclave. Too.
Okay. Next category: Best Visual Effects. We have a new one on here: Alien, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked. Now, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, is that the one we saw?
Yes.
We saw that early. We saw that early.
It came out like
So,
February, March.
But we went to
Mhm.
we went to a special screening.
we saw it
I-
early.
Yeah, we saw it early.
We saw it like 2 weeks early.
And we got these hats. They gave out free hats there too.
And so this is a weird category because more than likely Dune Part 2 is probably going to win and should win. But there are two movies in
You
this
have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
because there's two movies in this category this year which involve CGI monkeys
Yeah,
talking. But
Better Man is
that movie, the movie nobody watched. Nobody cares. They're even still trying to push it in the Oscars.
I did
Nobody-
hear it was good though.
Yeah, I don't care. It looks like shit. Who is that guy? Nobody knows. Like, he's no Freddie Mercury, okay? Like, I don't know why somebody's like, you know what? I think that movie is a money laundering scheme. It's like
Just come out of
it's a
nowhere, though, too.
$200 million movie.
They spent $200 million.
Yeah, with a CGI monkey playing a guy who I've never heard one of his songs. Unless that guy was like down on his knees taking care of the
He
producer.
got like 500 listeners on Spotify a month. Something like that.
I guess if you live in,
if you're in England.
yeah. Well, I don't live there. I live in Northwest Indiana. I don't think
When you went to London, did you hear anything about
No,
that?
not once. I never walked around and saw billboards with CGI monkeys smiling.
So I never saw Alien. I don't think I saw Alien.
I love the
What alien is
Alien
that?
franchise. Alien
Romulus.
Romulus.
Yeah.
I will say the ending with the alien, he looked a little funny.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think the same thing too. So I don't think they're gonna win, but I did like the movie a lot.
Okay.
So what I'm
But
gonna
I'm a big fan of just the Alien franchise in general.
me
Like
too.
I even like 3 a little bit.
I
if
do
you-
too. I
Like, I
like
think it's okay.
4. The resurrection one.
I think it's okay
That's
too.
where they make like that humanoid.
Yeah,
I like that.
it gets a little freaky, but I think it's okay.
They're a good time. But I'm gonna say with this, Dune Part 2 will probably win tonight. However, don't be surprised if the Planet of the Apes wins, and I think it deserves it.
The one thing about the Planet, it's not like the original 3. I feel like it was one of the original 3 movies because
But they never got an Oscar either for that groundbreaking
true.
technology. That's visual effects. The whole movie is visual effects.
Mhm.
You got people walking around in suits on a green screen, and then they turn it into a beautiful jungle with
Mhm.
talking apes. And I'm a big fan of Planet of the Apes. I like every single one. Even back when they used the costumes,
Yeah.
I think those are some of the
oh, yeah,
coolest
from the
movies.
60s and 70s.
I think they're so cool. So, like, honestly, I'm rooting for it. And that could be one. If you want to throw some money on Kalashi, you might win.
Okay. Next category: Best Documentary Short Film. Why am I keep saying documentary?
Documentary.
I don't know why I said that wrong. Okay. We have Death by Numbers, I Am Ready, Warren, Incident, Instruments of a Beating Heart, and The Only Girl in the Orchestra. And Walter, you have The Only Girl in the Orchestra winning.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of these
Okay.
either.
That sounds like a cool title though.
That one, the reason why is because it's got some hype behind it. I looked at all the experts, and the experts all say that's the pick, and it's the only one that's released on Netflix. But I hear this I Am Ready, Warden. It's about the death penalty. I'm hearing that it's getting a lot of praise too, and that probably could take it as well. but I'm going to stick with Only Girl in the Orchestra just because it's the only one that people probably have access to. Like they might just see it on Netflix and click on it.
Yeah, I see. That makes sense.
But pretty boring category.
All right, next category: best short film live action with Alien,
It's Alien.
Anuja, I'm Not a Robot, The Last Ranger, and The Man Who Cannot Remain Silent.
All right. So I watched the one I think's going to win.
Which
It's
is The Man Who
Alien.
Oh, you have The Man Who Could Not
That's
Remain
what I
Silent.
had before I watched Alien. Because I went through and looked at what they're all about.
Mm-hmm.
And Alien, or Alien, I guess you could just call. I don't know how you say it. It's kind of weird. Alien.
Just get to the point.
Alien. Pretty much, it's a woman and her immigrant husband. He's trying to get citizenship, and it's
I heard
15
about
minutes.
this.
So they go to the immigration office with their daughter, and while they're there, and he's getting his papers processed, and they approve it, ICE comes, and they arrest him. They also have a scene where the camera moves up to the TV screen, and you got
That
the
sounds like
president on the television, and it's definitely like an anti-ICE, pro-immigration short film, and I feel like with current events right now, they're gonna give it to this movie.
It's an easy layup.
It is. It's an easy layup. Like honestly, like couldn't have made that movie at a better time. The movie was actually made 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
And they just released it this past year.
Isn't that genius? So they're going to probably win.
Yeah.
The other one that the man,
Who Could Not Remain Silent?
yeah, that's about the genocides in the 90s in Serbia.
Mm.
So it's Croatians and Bosnians on a train, and the Serbians are pulling them off the train to kill them. So that's another one. That's very possible, but I'm going to stick with Alien.
Okay. Our last category, best short film animated. We have Beautiful Men, In the Shadow of the Cypress, Magic Candies, Wander to Wonder, and Yuck. And Walter, do you have Yuck winning?
Yeah. I'm not too sure on that. That's a weird category as well, but Yuck, from what I've heard, it's like literally like a basic, like more feel-good movie. Usually the movie that wins in that category is still kid-related. A lot of those in there have like adult themes and they're kind of strange. Yuck is just about like kissing a girl for the first time, and I think that'll probably win. That's one of those ones where, what was my second choice on there?
You have Wander to Wonder and Beautiful Men as your other picks.
Yeah, I heard that those as well have a chance. The Wander to Wander, I think that's the top rated to win tonight. But when you look at the story and stuff, I'm going to stick with my choice because I think I'm right. Yuck.
Okay.
Okay.
Real quick, can you look over there and in 1 minute read off all your picks? Read off the category and the picks real quick.
Best Picture, Honora. Best Director for a feature film, Sean Baker, Honora.
Okay.
I'm going to speed it up. I'm not going to do it
speed
like
it up.
I'm actually doing it. Best Actress, I'm going to go with Demi Moore for The Substance. Actor in a leading role, I'm going to go with Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. Actress in a supporting role, locked. Zoe Saldana, Amelia Perez. Actor in a supporting role, another locked. That one's going to be Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain. Best original screenplay, I'm going to go A Real Pain, but it's probably going to be Honora. We'll see. I might just be right. Adapted screenplay, I'm going to go Conclave. Best animated feature, I'm going to go Flow, but Wild Robot has a high possibility of winning as well. Documentary feature, I'm going to go Porcelain War, but No Other Land has a very high opportunity of winning. Best international feature film, I'm going to go with Amelia Perez, but I'm still here as a second runner-up. Best original score, Brutalist, I think that's a lock. Best original song, El Mal for Amelia Perez, that's a lock. Sound, I'm going to go with Dune Part 2. However, A Complete Unknown could be the runner-up. Best sound, I'm going to go with Dune. Oh, no, I just did that. Best makeup and hairstyling, I'm going to go with The Substance, but Wicked as a runner-up. Costume design, easy. Wicked, a lock. Cinematography, The Brutalist. Production design, I'm going to go Wicked. Film editing, I'm going to go Conclave. Special effects. I'm going Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, but it's probably going to be Dune 2. Documentary short film. The Only Girl in the Orchestra. Short film live action. I'm going to go with Alien. And as a runner-up, The Man Who Could Not Remain Silent. And then short film animated, I'm going to go with Yuck, because I think that's probably the best chance out of those movies that no one's seen. So yeah, that's my predictions for the Oscars. I think it's going to be a weird night. There could be a couple upsets. Hell, there could be picks that I don't even have as a runner-up, but I don't think so.
Interesting.
All right, cool.
All right.
So you want to wrap it up here?
I think we're good for episode 1.
Okay, cool.
I think it's a good start.
Well, thank y'all for joining in, tapping in with us for our Oscar, right before our Oscar special. I was just talking about movies, though, but all right, but that's about it. Got anything else to say, though?
No. We will see you on the next episode after we know who the winners are for the Oscars.
We'll see who was right, who was wrong, and what's going on.
Exactly, but y'all have going to see you later.